You open your eyes. Morning light spills through the window, the ticking of the clock sounds familiar, and everything feels just as it should. You sit up, stretch, maybe even start your day. But something's not right. The shadows move in strange ways. The mirror doesn't reflect you quite the same. The faces of your loved ones begin to blur. Their voices echo oddly. A chilling realization creeps in. You haven't really woken up. This is still a dream. And maybe the dream inside a dream. You try again. You wake up once more. Different room, different time, but the same uncanny sensation follows you like a fog. How many layers deep are you? Where is the real world hiding? A dream within a dream is not just a curiosity. It's a doorway into the unknown. It strips away the boundaries of reality and forces you to ask a question most people are too afraid to ask. What if you never truly wake up? What if someone or something is leading you through these levels of illusion, and the world you believe is real is just another layer of sleep? There is something profoundly unsettling about waking up and realizing you are still asleep. The experience of a dream within a dream goes far beyond a curious glitch in the subconscious. It feels like stepping into a layered maze of invisible walls and shifting illusions. Unlike ordinary dreams, these nested experiences often possess a heightened sense of realism. The texture of objects, the sharpness of sound, even the weight of your own body. Everything feels eerily tangible. And when you wake up only to find yourself in another dream, the sensation is not merely disorienting. It's terrifying. It's as if you've been caught in a loop where time and space have lost all meaning. You begin to feel trapped in something far larger than your own mind, like a soul suspended between realms. Mystics and esoteric traditions have long believed that sleep is not just rest, but travel. The soul, they say, leaves the body during slumber and journeys through hidden planes of existence. When you find yourself waking again and again inside your own dreams, it may be a sign that your soul is caught between these subtle realms, unable to fully return, yet not ready to move forward. Each layer of sleep becomes a veil, thinner than the last, closer to some invisible threshold. Some believe that in these moments, you are closer than ever to the truth behind the illusion of life. There are those who say they've received messages during these experiences, warnings, guidance, or revelations meant only for them. One woman spoke of dreaming that she woke up 3 times in succession, each time in a slightly altered version of her bedroom. On the 4th level, the door creaked open and her late father entered. He looked at her with sorrow and whispered, "Wake up, you've gone too deep." She jolted awake. This time, for real, but never forgot the weight of his voice or the way the light in the room felt colder than any dream she had known. Another man described a cycle of endless awakenings, each one more distorted than the last. In one of them, the windows were bricked shut, and the walls seemed to breathe. In the final dream, a faceless stranger sat on his bed and whispered, "You won't leave until you understand why you're here." That was the moment the man realized he hadn't just been dreaming. He had been searching. But for what? He still doesn't know. In dreams within dreams, symbols often carry a strange intensity. Mirrors ripple. Doors open into voids. Familiar faces appear frozen, their smiles hollow. You may walk through a street that resembles your childhood home, but feel an overwhelming sense of dread, as if someone or something is watching through a veil you cannot pierce. Objects may look real, but they feel wrong, like imitations from another dimension. People speak in riddles, or not at all. Everything whispers of a hidden order, something just beyond the reach of waking logic. Some who have lived through such dreams say they saw a version of reality stripped of its illusion. Like stepping backstage in a theater, they caught a glimpse of what lies beneath the stage lights of the waking world. They describe it as terrifying, but also strangely liberating. Because once you've seen that reality can be faked, duplicated, layered, rewritten, you start to question everything. Not just your dreams, but your days, your memories, even the ground beneath your feet. And what if, just what if, our everyday life is another dream, just a more convincing one? The line between a prophetic dream, an out-of-body journey, and a simulated layer of existence becomes so thin it almost disappears. Some call it a spiritual experience. Others believe it's a malfunction in whatever program governs our world. A spiritual matrix, a cosmic trick. But no matter the name, the feeling is always the same, that maybe, just maybe, waking up is not the end of the dream, but the beginning of something far stranger. Some say that dreams are just the mind's way of cleaning house, a nightly reset of thoughts and emotions. But others, those who've looked deeper into the labyrinth of layered dreams, believe something else entirely. They believe that within a dream, inside a dream, something is reaching out. A presence, a force, something that waits beyond the veil of everyday consciousness, especially when these dreams come not once, but again and again, circling a person's life like silent sentinels before major turning points. There are those who claim that before every great change, before a loss, a revelation, a transformation, they were pulled into one of these dreams. Not just to witness, but to be prepared. In many ancient cultures, dreams within dreams were viewed as doorways to the spirit world, a place not governed by time or logic, but by symbols, intention, and unseen guides. In mystical traditions, the practice of inducing layered dreams, conscious descent through dream levels, was used to unlock knowledge beyond the physical, to journey beyond the body, to speak with ancestors, to receive visions not meant for the waking mind. In these spaces, the soul is said to travel freely, untethered, encountering truths too vast for the ordinary world. There are countless reports of people who found themselves observing their own bodies from above, not in a dream of fantasy, but in a dream of terrifying lucidity. The moment they thought they'd awoken, they felt a vibration, sometimes in the chest, sometimes in the head, and suddenly they were outside themselves, floating, moving through strange hallways that did not exist in their homes. These corridors were dim, endless, lined with doors that led to places they couldn't describe, places that were not nightmares, but not of this earth either. What's more unsettling is that these experiences often align with real-life shifts. People speak of waking from such dreams and beginning to see patterns, synchronicities, signs that lead them somewhere they never expected to go. It's as if their lives had switched tracks, as if they had quietly stepped out of one version of their fate and into another. One woman recounted dreaming of waking again and again until she stood before a version of herself, older, quieter, with a long scar on her side. This dream haunted her for years, and then much later, she had surgery. A deep scar remained on the very place she saw in the dream. Another story tells of a boy who dreamed of walking through a fog. In the fog stood a tall figure who pointed toward a crossroads and whispered, "Soon you will walk a different path." A week later, the boy survived a car crash that changed the course of his entire life. He never forgot the fog, or the figure, or the feeling that none of it had been imagined. The question many are left with is the one no one wants to ask aloud. What if we never wake up fully? What if what we call reality is just another layer, just another dream, dressed in rules and routine to keep us from noticing? The possibility is terrifying, yet oddly familiar. If dreams can fold within themselves like mirrors reflecting mirrors, how can we ever be sure we've reached the surface? If this world is so detailed, so convincing, what makes it any more real than the dreams that come before it? And if this is a system, a construct of nested illusions, then someone or something had to build it. If a dream within a dream is a glitch, who programmed the code? Who watches us move through these layers, unaware that we may still be sleeping? Maybe this is the true nature of reality, not fixed, but layered. And maybe, just maybe, the only way to awaken is to stop assuming that you already have. Have you ever dreamed of something like this? Maybe you have some kind of story related to a prophetic dream? Do you believe in prophetic dreams? Write in the comments. If you like this video, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.